Hello, I'm Joanne Turner reporting for Total Telecom, and I'm here at the Huawei Global MBB Forum in Hong Kong, and I'm talking to Alex Wellen from CNN. Alex, welcome. So obviously you've been, people will know out there about CNN as a brand, and you spoke at the conference this week. So perhaps you can give us a few highlights about your talk here.
Sure. Well, video is really been the legacy for CNN for the last 35 years. We create it, we gather it, we distribute it, and so in the digital space, it's about reinventing the way and reimagining the way that we distribute that content. So I spent a lot of time talking about television, but maybe not broadcast television, all the content that we create for our broadcast, but how we potentially break it up and atomize it and then redistribute it to our digital platforms.
Okay, so how much does cellular networks play a part in your business?
It's fundamental. I mean, for us, we're asking those networks to do quite a bit of work. Part of it is just streaming the video beautifully across many different devices in many parts of the world. But then it's also about kind of laying markers inside these video feeds and having them do all sorts of backflips. So if we wanted to DVR back 6 hours, or we want to connect related content to particular video, all those things are difficult from a technology point of view. And so the carriers need to help us really optimize that experience, because as we discussed at the conference, there's very little patience around latency, right? There's very little patience around not being able to control the experiences, particularly from a digital space. So as soon as you set the bar, as soon as you set an expectation, anything less than that is not good enough. So we want to set the bar, but we also want to be competitive at every turn. And so we're really at the mercy of the carriers, because they really give us the ability to connect with the audience. And so that's why it was so important to be here, was to get in front of that audience and show them where we're going with the products, and to ask them, frankly, whether they're ready, whether they can do this, whether they want to do this, and whether this is where they think it's going as well.
And what feedback have you got to that question that you've asked them?
No, generally speaking, very positive. I mean, I don't think these conversations probably happen enough, right? One of the most, I think, provocative notions that I heard early on in the conference was this notion of technology being a user experience, UX. So when we talk about product as UX, we're talking about how you interact with it, how you get to where you need to get to quickly, what is the most natural, frictionless experience. But friction is also technology. So I can make the most extraordinary product on the planet. Our teams can bring those things together, and if it doesn't start up in a matter of seconds, then we're dead in the water. So kind of intuiting the different use cases, right? So the different times we are in our lives, the moments or the hot spots where we want to access technology, having the product just right and having the technology just right is the perfect combination. If either of them fall apart, then the consumer will bail and they'll go somewhere else.
And how far off are we seeing that?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, I think that it's probably just a bit more domestic or U.S.-centric than I'd prefer it to be. So that's why not only was it important to meet with a different audience here in Hong Kong, but it was also important to be in Hong Kong and this part of the world and talk about delivering these experiences to many different countries and thinking about really what is the capacity of these different countries, what is it that they want, and then also how do we deliver that in a meaningful way. But CNN International is the first thing that most people turn on when they get to the hotel room or they're traveling around the world. And so we think for digital, it should be the exact same. So it doesn't really matter if you're turning on a device 10 feet away from you, like a television or your iPad or a Huawei, smartphone. We want that stream to power up very quickly, to look beautiful, and to get you what you need as quickly as possible.
We look forward to seeing how that develops, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.